She doesn't know what she's talking about. Right. Let's go talk to Lee.
We know about your runaway robot, and we don't care. This lab is dedicated to solving real problems.
Yes. But Dr. Lee...
Dr. Lee is trying to save lives, and your constant interruptions are interfering with those efforts. Now please, stand aside.
I'm sure the good doctor's work with water purification is fascinating. But if you only knew what was at stake. The technology in that android...
What's at stake? You won't tell me what's at stake. Vagaries and secrecy. A robot's a robot, Zimmer, no matter how shiny the paint job. Now, please.
Ignorance and facetiousness. That's all you people are good for. Shiny paint job indeed. You can't even imagine the Commonwealth's accomplishments.
You know, if you're so smart, maybe you could help us, But no, that never even crossed your mind. Go peddle your selfishness somewhere else.
Fine, but I'm not leaving. Not until I've spoken to Dr. Lee. I'll be here when she's ready to abandon her chemistry set and talk real science.
Suit yourself.
You're not Dr. Lee. Oh, are you Dr. Lee?
Look, this is a restricted area. I'm tired of telling you people. It's you. My heavens, you look so much like him.
I assume I've taken the helmet
You're
off.
James's son, aren't you? What are you doing here?
I assume I've taken off my helmet. Oh, you know my father? Have you seen him?
Well, yes, of course I do. Don't you know who I am? I suppose James never told you.
No.
Typical. I'm Dr. Madison Lee. I worked with your father many years ago. Your mother as well, in fact. You'll have to forgive me, this has all been very stressful. What with your father suddenly showing up here after being gone for so long. You have to understand that we put all of that behind us. Project Purity, our work, all of it. We've moved on, even if your father hasn't.
Oh, can you tell me more about my parents?
I suppose so. I worked with them for several years until your mother died, and your father decided it was time to leave. What else do you want to know?
Oh, what was my father like?
James? He was very driven, determined to change the world. Well, we all were back then, I suppose. He was focused on two things, really. Making Project Purity work, and your mother. When she died, I think he gave up. I know he wanted to keep you safe, but I think part of what he did was run away. But it seems that he never really was able to get over the idea. I'm frankly shocked that he waited all this time, and wants to try again.
What was my mother like?
Yes, your mother was... well, she was a good woman. A very dedicated scientist. Your father loved her very much. It was a shame that she died. She had been excited to meet you.
Oh, what happened?
Complications from childbirth. None of us were expecting it. We weren't as prepared as we could have been. You have to understand, we were struggling with scavenged, derelict equipment. We did everything we could.
I never knew her name when my mother did that. I understand. Yeah, because she's heartbroken about it. Bless her. I'm sure you did everything you could.
Yes. Well, I'm sorry it wasn't enough. Okay.
I'm trying to find my father. Have you seen him?
You mean you haven't? I assumed he sent you here. For that matter, aren't you supposed to be in a vault? James said he left you there.
Wait, so why did you think he sent me? I left the vault to look for him.
Did you? I was under the impression that's exactly the opposite of what he wanted for you. Well, you won't find him here. He's come and gone already.
Could you tell me where he's gone?
Your father insisted that we return to work on Project Purity. I tried telling him too much time has passed. There's no way it would work. Predictably, he refused to listen to me. He says he can prove it will work and headed off to the old lab. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to tell you.
Where is it? Where's the old lab?
It's in the old Jefferson Memorial Building, northwest of here. Please, don't go after him. It was foolish of him to even think about going there alone.
Maybe we do have to go into the gift shop. Tell me about this project.
Project Purity, we called it. What do you want to know?
What was the point?
It was simple, really. Fresh, clean water for everyone. Such a simple idea, and yet so impossible to realize. The plan was to build a facility that could purify all the water in the tidal basin at once. No radiation, no muck, just clear water. It just turned out to be more difficult than we anticipated.
Yeah, because how much water is that? I mean, just practically, how do you purify all of that water? And then you've got to actually go further up, because assumably for the water to still be irradiated, what, 200 years later? The springs are probably irradiated, which means you then have to kind of deal with the spring water coming in. Yeah, why didn't it work?
We had the basic principles down, we understood most of the science behind it, but the radiation in the area is so pervasive. Small-scale tests were fine, but anytime we tried to test the process on a larger scale, it was just too much. Maybe if we'd had more time, or better equipment.
So why did you stop?
You happened. It wasn't just you. We had more problems than we could handle already, but your birth is what finally pushed it over the edge.
I am a problem.
Your father decided that you were more important than everything we'd been working for, and he left. He left all of us. Once he was gone, the Brotherhood decided we weren't worth their time anymore. Without their protection, we had to abandon the purifier.
Okay.
Okay.
I wonder... No, because this is only like 16, 17 years ago. Okay. I wonder if that's the moment that made whoever it was make the decision that the Brotherhood were going to be a bit more open and protective. And then that caused the split. What do you know about the city's history?
I could tell you all about the science lab, but even though I was here near the start, I can't really help with the details of how it all worked out. It all seems like a lifetime ago. I'm afraid I've had a lot of things on my mind since those early days.
Pinkerton.
That idiot? He left so long ago, most folk don't even remember him. He claimed to have found a secret stash of technology somewhere in the ship. Then he just disappeared.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, so we went to the Jefferson Memorial. Okay, I have to go.
Good luck finding your father.
Jefferson Memorial.
You there. What are you, some kind of lab assistant? No, you look a bit more weathered.
Is it the power armor?
Are you by any chance for hire?
Yeah, that depends.
To the point. I like that. Well, as it turns out, I've misplaced some very sensitive property.
You know it's bad when you hear the inverted commas around the word property. What kind of property?
How do I put this in a way you'll understand? All you know of robots are those buckets of bolts, those Mr. Handshakers and whatnot. Well, that's not all a robot can be. You see, in the Commonwealth, we've made artificial persons, synthetic humanoids, programmed to think and feel and do whatever we need. And occasionally, they get confused and wander off.
Oh, the android is dead. See, here's an internal component. Do I just... No, I want to find out a little bit more about what's going on. Yeah, sounds like slavery to me. You sure they don't wander off on purpose?
Nonsense! This is a machine we're talking about. Can you enslave a generator or a water purifier? Of course not. The same principle applies. But let's get back to your mission. You are to find this missing android. I've tracked him to somewhere here in the capital wasteland. He must have done something drastic, like facial surgery and a mind wipe, or else I would have found him by now. It will be no easy task. He may not even realize he's an android. Don't upset him by talking with him. Just come get me immediately. I'll handle it.
Do I get paid? So I can... I don't know what to do. We compensate. I'll be compensated because then I can think about things.
Of course. I have at my disposal advanced technology from the Commonwealth. I'd be willing to share some of it with you. Just think, you'll be the envy of all your friends.
I've got cool power armor and a Gauss rifle. I'm not sure how you're going to top that. Sure, I'll look into finding your android.
Excellent. Locate my android, and you won't be disappointed. Here, listen to this message he sent me. He's mocking me. I swear, I'll make him pay for that.
I have to go now. Oh,
Looks to me like a giant
Wrong
boat
button.
ran aground and a bunch of savages moved in. History lesson over.
okay, I have to go now.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. You want me to find...
Janice, have you overbalanced the chemical mix?
Right.
They should be just fine. Try it again.
Wait, didn't we have Pinkerton for that? For me, Pinkerton's everything, isn't he? No. Right. No.
Molly.
Oh, that's from... No. No, what was I... I've already forgotten what I was looking for. What was I thinking? It's not a note, is it?
We now have a lipoplasticator and microdermal graftalizer. We just need to find someone with the skills and willingness to perform the surgery. If anyone knows of a discreet and trustworthy surgeon...
No, it wasn't there. Oh no! Pinkerton... Obviously, because he was doing a thing. Yeah, so Pinkerton was there. And now we're thinking that Pinkerton's got something to do with this. So, we need to find Pinkerton. But I want to find this Bell Bonnie that we've been sent to next. What? Ooh, that's nice. Lots of random bits of stuff. Go on. Do I want to come down here? Maybe? I have no idea where I am. Oh, that's another door to the science hangar. The common room? Broken terminal. Oh, can I stay here because it's a common room?
Watch it, will you?
Why can't I stay in the common room? It's a common room. No sleeping for me. So it's not here.
Yes.
Oh, they did say down, didn't they? The Muddy Rudder. That sounds like a bar name. We need...
Every week you come down here preaching this crap. Why don't you just stay in your goddamn church?
Your sins call me down here. Your souls need to be cleansed of the devil's brew you serve.
That's a load of crap. Preach to them if you have to, but don't get in the way of their drinking.
This is not a safe place for your soul.
Belle,
Do not be
give me
tempted
another
by
drink.
the sins of vile
This is the last
liquor
one,
in this
Trini.
den
You're
of
too
iniquity.
goddamn drunk.
Oh, that's what I was going to do. I was going to try on the... What do I look like?
What do you have?
I look like this guy. Oh, I have medals now. And by have medals, I mean I stole medals. Right.
This is not a safe place for your...
I'm Belle Bonnie, and this is the Muddy Rudder. I'll tell you what I tell all the fresh meat. Don't start anything down here, or I'll have Brock kick your ass.
I don't know who that is. I don't really care. Nice place you have here. No. I don't like any of these.
You must be drunk. Are you gonna order or what?
Pinkerton.
What a moron. Always going on about how he started Rivet City. Who gives a crap?
I do. I'm a
Right
historian.
before he disappeared, he was going on about some newfangled contraption he was sure was in the broken bow of the ship.
This doesn't... I know this stuff. I want to know... place's history.
History? What, not enough shit around here already? You need to dig up more? Don't know if it ever had an official start. It's just been here forever. Stuck in the river and full of assholes.
But someone like you hears lots of stories. Can't you share one?
No, I can't fucking well share one. What sort of moron are you? But fine. If it'll get you out of my face, go down to Pinkerton's shed in the broken off bow of the ship. If he decides to give you a history lesson, it's no business of mine. Now get the hell out of my bar.
So, do not be tempted by the sins of vile liquor in this den of iniquity. I am Father Clifford of St. Monica's Church.
Yeah, who's St. Monica? I can't... She's the mother of someone significant, I'm fairly sure, but I can't remember. You're a priest. Not necessarily, depends on the denomination. Or depends on your view, because it could be that all Christians, which I assume with a saint, he would be a Christian. All saints, so who is Saint Monica? Saint Monica?
She is the patron saint of lost children. Very popular among the faithful of Rivet City. I'm surprised you've never heard of her. If you want to hear her story, it will be the topic of my sermon on Sunday. Services begin at 8 a.m. You should come.
8 a.m.? How do you get people to come? Good grief.
Saint Monica bless you.
Right, I'll get out. So we've not gained any any real new information other than Pinkerton is in the broken bow, so we know that for sure, which is nice. Is this out?
Hello.
Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir?
What's the story with Dr. Lee?
She's not very social. Stays in her lab in the stern. She's smart, though. Real smart.
Who are you? Have I bumped into you in the wrong place? Okay, I'll go through all the questions. What's it like living on a giant ship?
It's noisy, dark, and smelly. But we're safe here. No super mutants or raiders. And maybe Dr. Lee will find a way to get clean water for us.
Do the men on the ship give you much trouble?
You mean like hitting on me? No. Most of them are polite. Even the ones like Diego that I'd want to flirt with seem to ignore me.
Aww. You and Diego are in love?
Well, one of us is. Sometimes it seems like he doesn't even know I'm there.
Aww. Just seduce him. Well, you can't force a man's attentions.
Especially if he is a priest with a thick skull. Well, I'm not giving up. I just know we're made for each other.
Rivet City?
I heard the place was settled by mercenaries who used to scavenge DC. But I don't really know.
Right, see you later.
Bye.